My second point has to do with the fact that there's nothing to replace the template in college. So a lot of them will say, okay, fine, 5-paragraph essay out the window, I can cut it. Now tell me what you want to do. Like what's the 7-paragraph essay, right? They want a format, a recipe in place, and they really, really struggle with having to come up with their own ideas. And a lot of them are very attached to a right answer that they just want you to tell them or lead them in the direction of, and they can be very infuriated. That's just not going to happen. We read Sula, Toni Morrison's Sula last year in the summer, and there's tons of sources online, Spark Notes, EndNotes, all kinds of places where you can kind of, there's all the themes, all the birds, all the symbols, all the flowers, and a lot of them will bring those things forth and be like, I have found it, the answer. And they're just so frustrated that you can't just call Toni Morrison up and say, hey, what's the right way to interpret this? And they kind of want me to, they want the final answer. And they very much struggle with, there is no final answer at this level of thinking. There's just interpretation. There's just the quality and validity and evidence for your interpretation. And I really actually don't care what Toni Morrison necessarily intended. And you shouldn't either in this exercise. It's an intellectual exercise where you are interpreting something. And that's what you're demonstrating to me, not your knowledge of the correct answer. We're really thinking about this actively in the summer, how to get students to really take ownership of their learning, of their thinking, that it has to be coming from within, that it's not some external source where you can find the right answer and put it in your paper and dress it up and make it very pretty, but it's really about wrestling with ideas, asking important questions, taking the initiative to seek out a unique interpretation, and really sitting with what an opinion is. I would say that's what students really struggle with is to know what it is to have an opinion, and that's all that most of us have, that it's really okay to not know what the right answer is. You yourself have to come up with what you think is the appropriate answer for yourself.